2-minute opening statements, 3 questions with 1-minute answers, and 2-minute final statements from the candidates. And there they are, our 2 candidates, Robert Snow and James Mitchell. We're going to start with Mr. Snow, and if you're ready, let's go ahead with your 2-minute opening statement.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you to the League of Women Voters for this opportunity to speak with you. My name is Robert Snow. Dekalb is my hometown. I grew up here. My brothers, my sister, we all grew up in the south side of Dekalb. I attended Dekalb schools, participated in music and sport programs, attended Augustana College, earned a degree in accounting and business administration, came back to Dekalb, attended NIU as a student. During my years as a student, earned an Illinois teaching certificate, Master's of Business Administration, and a law degree. During my employment at NIU, I was an accountant handling research grants, business manager for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, business manager, registrar, assistant to the dean to the College of Law. I've handled budgets, thousands of budgets, totaling into the millions of dollars. Also, along with my wife Pam, we own and operate the Parkside Bed and Breakfast, a successful business in Dekalb. I've been involved in many community organizations, both at Northern and in the community. Been a member of NIU Federal Credit Union and past president and member of First Lutheran Church in Dekalb, past member and past president of the Kishwaukee Kiwanis Club. I've been involved in the community. People have asked me, why did I want to run for alderman? I'm not sure. I thought, why would anybody vote for anybody that wanted to run for alderman? I think I felt, not only did I want to give back to the community, I felt it was an obligation. It was an obligation because I am from Dekalb. I grew up in Dekalb. I felt obligated to give my experience to the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Snow. And now an opening statement from James Mitchell.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not from DeKalb. I'm from Decatur originally many years ago. But I found my way to DeKalb via many different spots. I came here to attend college like many of my friends have at Northern Illinois University. I got my degree from Southern Illinois University many years ago after a stint in the military, and was in school at the time that the first Desert Storm was going on, was raging, and unfortunately my number came up and I had to go. But that was many years ago. But I found my way out here to DeKalb. I love DeKalb. As I didn't go to schools here, I've taught in the schools. I was on the school board for 8 years. I feel that I have so much more to give back to the community. I care. A lot of people say that I care, and I don't really know what that means sometimes, but I believe that I do care. I care for the children of this community. I care for the people of this community. I care for what happens. Now, sometimes you're not going to be able to find me. You're not going to be able to talk to me. I'm painfully shy sometimes. But if you want to find me, most days you can find me out in Kiwanis Park playing with my dog. Just be prepared, if you want to talk to me, to take a run with us. My basic idea for DeKalb is fiscal responsibility. We've got to get our money under control. We've got to get our time and our efforts, and we've got to put everything together. I'm not for building a new development. I'm for redeveloping what we already have, developing what is already there. There are hundreds of homes out there, and there are also hundreds and hundreds of lots out there that have not been built on yet. That's my platform today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. And now we move into questions from the audience. And once again, I've combined a couple into one big question. You have a minute to answer it. And the first question goes to Mr. Snow. What is the most important issue in your ward, and what kind of help would you need from the next mayor to deal with that issue?
Well, the 4th Ward is a large section of the south side of DeKalb. It's where the historical district is. It's where the original DeKalb started, around Huntley Park. It includes South 4th Street, one of the main entrances to the city. East Lincoln Highway, another main entrance to the city. Obviously, these are areas that need improvement, along with the downtown. I mean, downtown DeKalb is the heart of the city, and you have these main arteries going into the heart of downtown DeKalb. We need to improve these areas, and these areas are important to the whole city. The city council, the mayor, these issues are not just important to the Fourth Ward, but as most ward issues, they're important to the whole city. And so I hope to improve these areas along with the ideas and cooperation of the residents. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Mitchell.
I agree with Bob that they are the Fourth Street and the East Lincoln Highway entrances to our city have got to have some work done on them. The pieces of property that we all know about, we all pass it on South 4th Street. We know what it looks like. I'm not even going to talk about it. What I am going to talk about is Park 88. Park 88 is also in our ward, is also in 4th Ward. And it's important to keep Park 88 and to keep them close to us because we're looking for jobs. We're looking for manufacturing jobs. We're looking for warehouse, whatever jobs that will come to Park 88. That's the people that we need to hold their feet to the fire. And those are the people that are going to be a catalyst for our community to be able to just get our community back to work. Thank you.
And thank you. Mr. Mitchell, you get the first crack at the next question, and that is, what was your position on the Kiwanis Park land swap with Shodine? And in the future, how would you approach similar arrangements, keeping in mind the financial pressures on the various public bodies?
Really? That's my question?
That's your question. You got
I
a
don't know
minute.
if I can answer that question or not. Of course I can answer that question. I was a huge advocate for Kiwanis Park. You know, I play there every day, and I see the kids out there every day. If we can ever get rid of the rest of the snow, you'll see me out there playing again every day. I was a huge advocate for Kiwanis Park to be saved. I was extremely angry at the school board and the school district for trying to even think about putting up any kind of housing there. I was extremely angry, and I still am at Shodine for even thinking about trying to put up stuff in that park, trying to compact the stuff they wanted to into that park. We don't have that much green space, even in the country, in the United States, in this community, and we need as much as we can get. But I love that park. Brandy loves that park. And again, that's where we play every day. We watch and we see those kids out there, and it's such a joyful place, such a great place to be.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Snow.
Well, Kiwanis Park is owned by the school district, and of course the park district had some interest in it. But the question was, what can the city do in these kind of situations? First of all, the city does have a role in how land is used. The city has power to zone areas. The city council is a representative of the entire city. And I think we have an obligation to be involved in these discussions and how land is used. So yes, I'm glad that the park district and the school district are apparently working out that situation, because not very many people thought it was a very good idea. But city government does have an involvement, does have an obligation to see how the land is used. And I'm glad that I think the city council did speak up in what their feelings were.
Thank you, Mr. Snow. And you get the first crack at the next question, our final question, and that is, what's your vision for improving the east entryway into the city of DeKalb?
Well, the east entryway, East Lincoln Highway, it's a very visible entryway. First of all, we need to have a better delineation of where the city begins. You sort of come into DeKalb and you slowly come by Peace Road, and there's kind of a mix there of businesses, housing, older buildings, newer buildings. I think we need to improve the visibility of DeKalb. We need to improve the signage for DeKalb. You come into DeKalb from any direction, and you want to know where the downtown district is. Where's the motels, the hotels? Where's the restaurants? Where's the convocation center? We have very poor signage in DeKalb. So I think not only the east entrance needs to be improved at, but all entrances need to have better signage, better delineation of where the city begins and what is in this city.
Thank you very much, Mr. Snow. And Mr. Mitchell.
I'd like to see us work with collusion with as to the entrance for Andy Glidden Road entrance. I think that's a fine example of what we need to do on the east side and the south side. And not exactly that, but certainly it looks a lot better than our east and south sides do. We need to work, again, with Park 88 to make sure they're going to be on the right track so they don't build big, ugly buildings that we don't want to see. Because that is our entrance. That is where we're supposed to be. We do need more signage in this town because the trucks are always lost. If you're on Fairview Avenue, you see it all the time. The trucks are always, they're on the South 4th Street. They don't know where to go. Poor guys, I feel for them. But we need better signage. He's right. He's exactly right. We need better, just need to do better in the east and the south. If we can't do better for that, then what's the use in even trying? I mean, but we can do better. That's what I can say. And and I'm not forgiving any big TIF money to anybody else. I'm forgiving TIF money to the south side and the east side to improve our look, to improve and be able to draw in these businesses to Park 88 and to other places. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitchell. And now you get to start off the closing statements. 2 minutes.
So if I let like 2 minutes
Sure.
go by, I can just all of a sudden it's the last, no. Anyway, just thanks for coming, folks. Thanks for coming out. You know what? This is a very good turnout. This was my favorite. When I ran for the school board the first time, this was my favorite outing. And I was sad to see it go away, and I'm glad to see it's back and it's in full strength because this is one heck of a turnout. And I certainly appreciate everybody getting out tonight and listening to us drone on sometimes. But what I want for DeKalb, I want people to know that I care. I want people to know that I'm here for them. Yes, you can find me. You can find me at my shop sometimes, but don't be surprised if I make you hold something so I can do something else. And if you come run with me in the park with my dog, don't make just it'll be okay. We'll just keep on trucking. That's what we always do. But what I want everyone to remember is who we are and where we're going to go. We are a very proud town. I love this town. I moved here. I chose it. I chose to stay in DeKalb after my stint at Northern Illinois University. This is where I love to be. I don't want to go anywhere else. I've been here 17 years. I've been here almost as long as I was in Decatur. And when that day comes, I will celebrate because I spent that one place. I've traveled all over the world, and I've traveled all over the world since I've been here. But I still come back here because I love this town. I love what it stands for. I love the children. I love I just love the people. The people are really good to me. It's really a lot of fun. I've been a businessman here for a long time, and I understand. I see what we need. And if nobody else can see what we need, that's fine. I can see what we need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. And time for closing statements from Mr. Snow.
You know, I'm occasionally asked what my vision of DeKalb is. I guess first thoughts that go through my mind when I hear that question is I remember back to being a youth in DeKalb, being a young teenager. All the shopping was done downtown DeKalb. Sycamore Road was a 2-lane highway. There were cornfields out there. Now, we can't go back to that vision. Some days I wish we could. But the change occurs, and we need to manage that change. We need to make sure it's carefully managed. DeKalb needs to grow, but it needs to grow at its own pace. Frankly, I don't care if DeKalb is a town of 20,000, 40,000, or 60,000 people. We need to be proud of our city. We can be proud of our city regardless of the size of our community. We have existing homes in DeKalb, existing neighborhoods. We need to take care of those existing neighborhoods and those existing businesses. We need to encourage people from DeKalb to invest in the community. I'm proud to say that I'm from DeKalb. When people ask me, where are you from? DeKalb. It's kind of a nice thing to be able to be proud of your city. Some things happen in DeKalb sometimes that we're not very proud of. And so, you know, we need to all work to make it a better place. I'm willing to listen to people. I want people to give me their ideas. You know, I've played basketball. I've also coached basketball. To me, being on the city council is kind of like being a coach of a basketball team. We need to encourage all of our players to do the best they can, all of our city departments. So I will ask for your vote on April 9th, and if elected, I will ask for your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Snow. And those are our 4th Ward Alderman candidates, James Mitchell and Robert Snow. Thank you so much. And now